Hey guys, it's me again. I've decided I'm going to be starting a video series. It has been a long time coming, but basically the video series that I'm starting is a list of how-tos for, well, it's aimed at women, but men are welcome to join, welcome to watch. It could be interesting. Today's topic is must-do tips for single women. This is basically kind of my version of what I've seen a lot of on Pinterest. Actually, this idea came about the other night when I was scrolling through my Pinterest feed and I happened across some etiquette tips for women, which was really, really antiquated. Like, I cannot stress enough how antiquated some of this bullshit was. This isn't the 1950s. We're modern women. Our goals and expectations should be a lot different than they were in the 1950s, I guarantee you that. So, without further ado, I'm going to dive right into my tips for single women. So, in preparation for your life, for the world, for being alive as a human being on planet Earth, my number one tip for anyone who's single, whether you're a woman or a man, would be to get your finances in order. And I don't mean get a job, because that's a given. I think you should have a job. What I mean by that in interpretation is go on creditkarma.com, check your credit score, make sure you're working on that, save some money, basically manage your finances. You need to have a security blanket of at least, at minimum, $1,000 in cash in your bank account that, if shit hits the fan, you've got it. So, and I don't know what your situation is or whatever, but like, even if you're not single, definitely still need to have that, aside from what you save as a couple. Because sometimes that can put you in a predicament like I was with my ex-husband, where he had all of our money and I wasn't allowed to touch it. So anyways, that would be my first tip. Get your finances in order. Tip number 2 is going to be learn how to be happy alone. I know it sounds really, really cliche, but probably one of the biggest pieces of advice I can give to young women is learn how to be independent. Don't seek out happiness in other people all the time. I was really guilty of this when I was younger, especially. Learn how to do things on your own and be alone and enjoy that space and that time for yourself. Otherwise, you're going to be fighting depression for your entire life, because you're not going to realize that you aren't spending time on yourself. You're going to be codependent on someone. Your happiness should not be defined by another person, whether that's a relative, friend, family member, boyfriend, girlfriend, what the fuck ever. Like, you shouldn't be depending on some other human being to make yourself happy. So learn how to be alone. Lonely time should not scare you. Just learn how to be by yourself. Do things you enjoy alone. My number 3 advice is going to be, for the love of all that is holy, respect yourself. Now, I don't mean like in the etiquette book where it says a lady must blah blah blah. I mean, respect yourself as in, like, set boundaries for yourself, set boundaries for other people when they're interacting with you. Treat yourself right. Go get your nails done, lay in the bathtub for an hour and a half because you want to soak and feel good. Like, you're allowed to have good things happen too. Like, stop worrying about pleasing everybody else all the time. Respect yourself. You're a human. You deserve respect. And no one else is going to respect you unless you respect yourself. Period. Number 4 would be go out to dinner alone. At some point, you need to again, it's the alone, the independence, whatever you want to call it. Go out to eat by yourself, bring a book, bring your phone and a pair of headphones, whatever the hell you need to do. Go enjoy a meal by yourself and treat yourself. Treat yourself with respect. Again, we're coming back to that respect yourself thing. You would respect another human being enough to take them out to dinner. Why wouldn't you respect yourself enough to take yourself out to dinner? Number 5 would be to try something new. Now, this doesn't have to be something like dramatic. You know, one person who's single might want to go off to Europe by themselves and spend a week backpacking alone. I'm not saying you have to do that, but, try something strange that you wouldn't normally do. That way you can get out of your comfort zone before you get into a relationship that, sometimes might lead to boundaries being set. So if you want to go bungee jumping or skydiving or whatever the hell it is, go do that while you don't have someone around that cares too much about your well-being, or before you have kids and stuff, because you're not going to want to go skydiving if you've got kids. Yeah, so do something new. It doesn't have to be dangerous, but do something for you that is an experience that you have alone. Again. Number 6 would be use the time that you're single to date a lot of different people. Now, I'm not suggesting that you go out and have sex with a lot of different people, because that could be gross. But learn about people in general. Use the time dating to practice being honest and open, because as humans, most of us are trained kind of from birth to be a poser, I guess, kind of like, don't air your dirty laundry, or don't, people need to see this exterior version of you. They don't need to see the inside. Like, you're not a real human to the outside world. That's bullshit. You need to use this time to, open up to people and be genuine and honest. And you know what? By the time you start opening up and being genuine and honest, the people who are going to be turned off by that are not the right people for you anyway. And the people that are turned on by you being honest and open are going to be willing to be honest and open with you too. And that's what you want. You want a relationship with somebody that, you trust and that you can speak with about everything. So yeah. So be open and honest with everyone. Use the time that you're single to practice it, and then when you get in a relationship, it won't be a detrimental one, a shitty one that you have to leave, or one that you have to hide things from your husband or wife because you think they're gonna judge you, or whatever. If you're honest with somebody from the get-go, wouldn't that fear of judgment just not exist anymore? That's just my advice. 7. Be yourself 100%. So, 100% of the time, aside from maybe if you work a job where you can't particularly say things, that you would say as yourself, but anytime you have the opportunity, be yourself. So, if you're always yourself, you never have to fear that someone is liking you for the wrong reasons. You're not putting on a face, you're not faking your behaviors, you're not acting a fool, you're not actively trying to impress anyone, you're just who you are, and the people that are attracted to you will like you for being yourself. Isn't that what we want? And in that aspect, we basically would eliminate any fake friends or fake people from our lives, because again, people who don't like honesty or don't like, the truth are typically hiding something, or they don't want to face their own reality, because, sometimes reality sucks, but we shouldn't spend our lives hiding from it. That's not going to solve anything. Number 8, my final piece of wisdom, especially now that I'm older and I'm thinking back on my own mistakes, get on fucking birth control. Like, now. Go to the store or whatever, the pharmacy, the gynecological office, whatever the fuck. Go get on birth control. Save yourself some trouble. Save yourself some worrying, because stress of thinking that you might be pregnant, or stress of irregular periods or hormone imbalance, etc., sucks. How horrible would it be for you to go on a date with someone that you really, really enjoyed, that you started out being completely honest with, that you had this bond and this connection with, and then, you know, you guys get down and start having romantic time, and like a month later you're pregnant? Do you think that's gonna be the beginning of like this miracle perfect relationship? I know it happens, but honestly, like, don't you want that 2 to 3 to 4 years to get to know that person before you decide if you want to procreate with them? Like, don't leave that up to chance. Really, don't. Leave that up to your choice. Make the decision your choice. Get on birth control, and when you're ready to not be on birth control anymore, tell whoever the hell it is that you're sleeping with that you don't want to be on it anymore. And then, if they really want to be with you, they'll be with you, and then you'll probably have a baby, and life moves on. But if they don't want to be with you, let them fucking leave. If they don't want to have a kid with you and that's something that you want, end it, you know? There's other people out there. Find somebody that wants kids if that's not what you want and that's not what he wants. Whatever. But birth control basically is your active decision, your active choice as a woman to be able to say, you know, no, I don't want to do this. Yes, I do. And you know you're not going to fuck your whole life up if you make a mistake. But anyways, that's just episode 1 of many to come, and I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Please feel free to comment if you have other questions or if there's anything that you felt is pertinent to add. Also, you know, like and subscribe to our YouTube videos and our podcast series on SoundCloud. And as well, feel free to share this around with anyone who you think might need some advice. And we'll be making new videos pretty frequently. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked about it. Anyways, you guys have a great one.